guys, welcome. I posted like 2 hours ago that we were gonna go live, me and Marina. So if not many people are here, that's completely fine because I didn't give you much warning. But yeah, Marina is one of the girls I met in Madrid this weekend, and she is amazing. Like, she's not only super creative, she's also a designer. But she's got this like amazing spirit. Like, she's so positive and so excited about creating new things. Hi Suzette, welcome. Thanks for watching. So yeah, so we thought we would just get together and talk about the weekend in Madrid and like what were our favorite things. Especially what were some of the bits of yarn that we brought. Like, to be honest, I didn't bring much with me because I have just so many projects in line already, and like a few people offered me yarn. They're like, take it, and I was like, to be honest, I can't. Like, if I just take more yarn, like, I just don't have the time to work on the stuff. But I know Marina left with like this huge bag of yarn, so I am so excited to see what it is that she took home, and to talk about what she wants to make with it. Hi, good morning from Texas. Wow, you're all the way over there. It's noon over here in England. I've just come from a blood test, and Maggie went with me, and it was so funny to see her like watch me, like the blood come out and everything, and she was like freaking out a little bit. She's like, "Mommy, I can't believe you did that at the end." It's very sweet. But yeah, train them while they're young, they say. All right, Marina, I think you need to ask to join, or do I need to invite you? Oh, to join. So you've been invited, Marina, so I think you just have to accept. There you are. Hi!
I missed you.
I miss you too.
I would like to turn the time behind and go back there and be with you.
Oh, I know. We had so much fun, right? It was so much fun.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I didn't thought that it would be so nice.
I know. Well, to be fair, Marina, you and I got really, really lucky because we had a very nice group of people that we just kind of, joined. And like, I went without really knowing anyone at all, just my friend Elisa that was coming to meet me. So when Ceci took me, like, her pet, like, Ceci is from Mama DIY Patterns. So if you guys don't know her, I'll do a tag on her later. And when she like introduced me to you and to Pau and then Julie, and like we just had this huge group of like lovely people, and I'm like, I miss you guys.
What I loved is that we were like hanging around and talking and discussing about our lives, like kids, whatever, where we live. You were talking about Greece, and I didn't know who you are.
I remember.
And I don't know, like maybe 2 hours later, saying, "And who are you?"
Not 2 hours, like a whole day. Julie, hi, Julie. Julie's watching. We miss you too so much.
We had a lovely time. It was amazing, really.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I was thinking not to go to Madrid because I went to Barcelona, and before I have been in Portugal and in Sevilla. And then until Paul called me. Paul is the owner of Pasquale Filati Naturali, which is an amazing luxury brand of yarn. They have like amazing stuff, no acrylic, no plastic, and it's everything so soft.
Mm-hmm. So lovely.
Yeah. So he called and he says, I'm going to go to Madrid, and I had a collaboration with him of the Mad Love. I have it here.
Show us. It's so pretty. For all those knitters out there that are my followers, if you're looking for a really nice shawl pattern, definitely check out Marina's patterns because they're so pretty.
And he said, I'm going to Madrid. Are you coming with me? Yes.
I mean, yes, obviously.
But it's the first time that I go with somebody. Normally I go as a designer and I have a collaboration, and then I am there showing my stuff and talking about the yarn, because when you see the yarn in a skein, it's not the same like when you see it and you touch it already knitted and blocked. So it's always like they touch a skein of yarn and I say, oh, look at this. This here is blocked and you can touch it and feel it. But now with Paul, it was kind of more like, I will help you really like sell instead of having somebody. So it was another way of seeing stuff, but it was lovely. It was lovely.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you did such a good job of helping out with the sales. You were working so hard, really. Like, it's just hanging out, but like, it's still a lot of effort to talk to people. And I feel like that's why I got sick when I got home because I just been talking so much, like, for the whole 3 days. And usually, like, my life is so quiet. Like, I talk to my children and my husband, but like, how much can you talk to them? You know what I mean? And like it was like constant talking to people and saying hi. And it was really cool to see faces that I've known online. Like I didn't recognize, like I knew who you were online, and then it wasn't after like the third day that I was like, oh my God, I know who you are. Like, you know, it's like so weird to put faces to the profiles on the internet.
The moment that you saw Elisa, oh,
Yeah.
oh, you were hugging so strong. You know, like this feeling that I'm talking to somebody, but I haven't met before, and she always helps me either because she's one of my favorite testers, or because she's a knitter that would be very kind to me, right? Like I love your patterns, and always following and always like supporting
Yeah.
you. So the moment that you met with Elisa, it was like it was really nice, really.
It really was. And Elisa and I have this like friendship that we've known each other for so many years, and we talk to each other almost once a week, you know, just to check in, or sometimes we don't talk to each other for a long time and it's like we're still really close friends. So, but we've never met in person, you know. So after years of friendship, like just to see each other, yeah, it was intense. But the funny thing is like it was not that like it was like, oh my God, but then after that it's like I know you. Like, you know, I thought it might be a little bit awkward, like be like, oh, we know online, but like, do we really know each other? And it was just like, oh, like we've been friends forever. Like this is the most natural thing in the world. You know what I mean? It was really pretty.
And what I love, okay, you have been for sure. You are more years as you're much more a famous designer than I am. I'm not. I'm far away from that still, but it's okay. The moment that people come and wear something that you designed, I had that
Yeah.
Madrid, and they come and they wearing the bloom, and it was like, oh, it's
Well, Marina, that is such a lovely jumper. Show it off, please. Everyone, you have to see this jumper. This is one of Marina's designs, and it's
so
so pretty.
it has like a turtleneck, but you can make it higher or lower, and then it's like slipped and twisted stitches, and
Oh, wow.
some eyelets, and the rest it's pearl stitches. But so there are some people that did it in knit stitches because they love to knit. I love to purl.
Really, you weirdo.
I'm weird. Yes, because I knit the Greek way, where I have the strand of yarn. So I have the yarn in the back, so it's easier for me to purl.
Yeah. Oh, there's Molla too. Hi, Molla.
Hi.
I think that Molla and Julia as well were one of those discoveries that I was like, these ladies, I need to be friends with them forever. So Julie and Molla, please don't leave our lives, and let's do a girls trip next time. We won't invite Pau.
Told my husband some days before the festival, I'm going to Madrid and it's going to be Julie there. I love Julie. She's fantastic. She's one of the designers that you don't feel any competitive. She's not competitive. No competition. She would help you. She would really like give you any advice. It's not thinking that, who are you? Do I know you? Why should I help you? No, she's a lovely person. And when she came at our booth, it was like, oh, Julie is coming.
Yeah. I feel the same about Molla. I feel like I've been following Molla for so long, and she's just huge, you know, like she's traveled all over the world with her craft, and like she has like thousands and thousands of followers and books and everything, and then you meet her and you're like, oh my God, you're such a lovely person. Like, how is that possible? It's just so nice. It's so nice.
They
But anyway,
sweet.
yeah, very sweet. Marina, I want you to show us all the yarn that you brought because you showed me this huge suitcase that was full of yarn, and I want to know what's in it.
Wait, okay. So, I have a friend. She became a friend during the last months.
Uh-huh.
She bought the blooms. She was an expositor at Barcelona's festival and also in Madrid. And
Okay.
she had this crazy idea that maybe we have to knit the bloom again and make it a cardigan because I love cardigans.
Ooh.
Yes, and I don't have any design of cardigans.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Because sometimes you collaborate with somebody and they said, oh, I would love you to knit with my yarn a shawl, so I have to do a shawl and not a cardigan. So I said it's a lovely idea, and I had met Christelle from Tricot and Stitch. She comes from France.
Mm-hmm.
Had given me her yarn is amazing. So I went to Christelle and I said, you know what, we can. When I published the blooms, she was in love. I sent her the pattern and said, okay, knit it with your lovely yarn. And now I go there and I say, Christelle, I think we can have finally the collaboration we wanted and we can make the cardigan. So
the cardigan.
And she gave me. I could choose.
Look at that.
And it has stellina inside. So it has really.
I am a huge fan of stellina yarn. Look at that. That's so pretty.
Yes.
Oh.
Together with the same mohair and silk.
Oh, yes, please.
And to be honest, I just separated the body and the sleeves.
No way! You've been home for like 3 days.
It's 3 days, but it's so easy, this pattern. Actually, I had designed it for Line. They had a submission call some months ago, 52 weeks of easy knits. And that was my idea for the easy knits, because normally my designs are much more complicated. And I have to make something beautiful, nice, easy to remember, and that engages. And it's like addictive. So it's fantastic. Look.
Oh, wow. And you're going to stick it in the middle?
Yes. Julie told me, please stick it, cut it. You will love it.
It's so much easier, right? I've never done it, but it just makes complete sense to me. Why would you work in separate pieces? Look at that. That's so pretty.
Yes, and now I love it more because like people would love it because they can knit the whole way.
All the way around.
And I can purl around the whole way, so I don't have to knit.
What weight of yarn does it use? Is it fingering or DK?
Yes, this is fingering, and this is also fingering. Yes.
Okay.
No, this is lace. It's 220 meters in 50 grams. This is lace, and this is fingering, and I'm using 4mm needles.
Okay.
I mean, I just separated, and it's nothing. It's because it's so easy to remember where you decrease. You just see that you have to follow not even the instructions, and the pattern is ready. I just added the stitches in front, and that's it. So it's
wow.
So Christelle gave me 6 skeins, 3 and 3, and I am thinking that in case I will have leftovers for sure. Maybe I do something for my daughter because she loves to have the same, and I don't. And
that's cute.
Yeah, and I can use the yarn.
Yeah.
So it's not wasted. And I was such in love with this color that I bought the same in this.
Oh my God, that is so pretty. What would you use that for? I've never used texture yarn like that.
Me neither. I don't even know. It's slab fingering. It's 90% merino, superwash, and 10% nylon. I don't know. I am having, and I bought 2, so in case I make like a shawl, I have.
Yeah.
But I am thinking to make something crazy. These skeins of yarn that they have like a color, and suddenly they have some meters of another color, and people do like if every time you go to the second color, like this, let's say orange. Every time you have this orange and the rest is like blue, you make something like a flower. So it's not,
Yeah.
so it's not according to the pattern. You just knit around all the way, and the moment
It's according to the yarn.
yes. So
Yeah, what do they call that? It's like strategic color or something. Yeah, I know what you mean. I forget what it's called. I'll find out. Yeah.
so I was thinking to make something crazy with these balls, with
Mm.
knots.
Oh, that's a good idea. That sounds lovely.
Yes.
I'm very jealous of your freedom to create, Marina, because I used to be like that at the beginning, because when you don't have that many commitments, you just kind of go with the flow and go with the yarn, and you touch and you feel, and then you're like, oh, I have this idea, I'm gonna make it right now, and I'm gonna start right now. I have nothing else waiting for me. And like where I am at the moment, like I have all of these commitments, and like I need to finish this first, because if I don't, then I won't have a patent release next month, and then I won't have this, and then I have this magazine waiting, and then I have this yarn company waiting, and it's like, ah! And it was very stressful being at the festival and seeing all this beautiful yarn, and like lovely people were like, oh, try it, try my yarn, like take it. And I was like, I want to so bad, but if I do, I will not touch it for another year. And then it's like, well, what's the point? So enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh, they told me. I was telling the same to Catherine. I think it was Julie with Catherine, and we had this conversation about that,
Uh-huh.
because I have like some yarn here that I just take it and I don't touch it. And they say that's the point. You just don't buy yarn only to knit with. You all also can buy. You're allowed and feel free to buy yarn. And I have two skeins from Walk Collection. I made a collaboration. Wait, I will show you. These lovely things.
Uh-huh.
You just touch them. That's like meditation. You just touch them, you feel
Like pets.
you take this energy to do it, and then you continue with your other projects, but you have them. Oh, I'm happy I'm here.
That's true. To be fair, that's true. We should call them like therapy skeins. You have therapy dogs.
And that's happened also when I went to the stand, to the booth of Dark Omen, with the guy that has it. It's called Francesco.
Okay.
And Francesco Julie had done a collaboration with him for this festival, a lovely brioche shawl with two skeins, two colors,
Okay.
and one was mohair, and the other one was this called Merino Plus. I cannot explain what happens with this merino, but it's not so soft. It's much more softer than a normal merino. It's like if it had some herb inside. It's like
Okay.
easy, and I don't know what.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's so soft that I had to buy it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Sometimes you just have to. Yeah. I was very stressed out when Pao from Pasquale Filati, like he's like, let's do something together, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, yeah, so just choose and take it. And I was like, oh my God, like it just stresses me out, to be honest. Like it's like I remember when I wrote the book and I had to choose yarn for each one of the designs. It took me like 3 weeks of like
Of course.
changing my mind and looking it up and then deciding. And just deciding the yarn is hard enough. Then deciding on the colors is like another story. And he's just like, okay, do it like right now. I was like, I can't do it. I can't just choose. It's very stressful.
I will release like a base or more than one base in 50 colors.
That's insane.
How can you choose? You can't choose. It's difficult.
I know. It makes you want to do something in like all the colors, because like one is pretty and the other one's pretty, so you might as well use them all.
Totally. I have some more skins to show you that I bought, but you can show me also what did you get.
Well, I didn't bring that much. Hold on, let me just finish this wrap. But I did bring a few from Pau, from Pasquale, because I'm going to do something with color work with him, but probably not until the autumn. But I'm so excited about these colors, and I don't know how they're gonna work together. I think I'm gonna choose 3 out of these 4. I think I thought I brought a green one.
All of
I
them.
think I have another one somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Let's see. Ah, yeah, here it is. It's like an orange one. I don't know if you can see the color. So it's like this brick, and then there's this pink, like fuchsia,
Is
and
this
then there's this
is this balayage?
dark. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I did a swatch while I was there with this color with this yarn, and the color work looks so good with crochet. And because it's like furry, I just love that effect with color work where you get that like halo around the color. So it's like you get a defined color work, but it's also kind of like fussy, you know? Oh, I love that. So
Yes.
I think this will look really good. But I need to choose, I think, three colors, like one main one, and then two that are gonna be the extra colors. So I'm gonna have a good time swatching with these and deciding. But again, I can't touch, I literally cannot allow myself to touch them for like, I don't know, 3 weeks maybe until I finish what I'm working on. Like I did loads of weaving ends yesterday, but I still have to finish loads of other stuff. So yeah, not very fun. I'm sorry.
Well, you were doing the same at the beginning.
Yeah,
More,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
more
And I
collaborations, also more income.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I think at this point, like because my family depends on my work. Like my husband is a stay-at-home dad, and like like it depends on what I do for a living. Like if I take a break, it's like, well, I'm being irresponsible for my family,
Yes.
at this point. But at the beginning, it was just a side hobby that I was doing for fun on my free time. Or I used to teach English online actually, and I would like pretend that my camera wasn't working and just turn it off and knit and crochet while teaching. And that was lovely, but because it was just a hobby, and if I sold a pattern or two, it was great. But at this point, it's like, well, I really need to like get my stuff together, you know what I mean? But it's still really fun to like imagine stuff. So yeah, I have like huge piles. I can't show you my office. You can see a little bit of the mess behind me, but it's like literally piles of yarn waiting for me. So I can't wait.
Are you on another book or not yet?
No, 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 no. I think that if it happens again, it's not gonna be for a while because that was a lot of work, and the pay comes in the renown. Like you're like, oh, I've written a book, and that kind of gives you a bit of credit, I guess, like when you go in the world of like the fibers and stuff, and like I can put it on my website. But I've made very, very little money from it. And it was so much work. And I think if I were able to sell those patterns individually, I would do much better than
Mm.
selling it as a book. But it was still a super really cool experience. And maybe in the future, I might do it again for something a little bit less intense, like garments. I think I made 14 garments in like 6 months. So
That's a lot.
that was a lot. To be fair, some of them are hats, like two hats and a pair of mittens. But still, it's still just a lot of like just literally physical work, and plus the patterns, plus the chapters from the books, plus this and that. So it was very intense, and I don't think I can do that again for a while. I was pregnant as well, so it was only one child that we had to worry about, and like pregnant, like it's like, well, I get to sit while I work. But now, that scares me, the idea of working that hard.
Just enjoy now the time that you have with the new book and the love that you have about it, and then one day you just thinking about it again, and maybe you go for it again.
Maybe, yeah. And it's really lovely to see people actually making stuff from the book, like I see on Instagram sometimes. And even at the festival, there was a couple of people wearing stuff from the book, and it was just so rewarding to be like, oh, okay, this work has paid off, like people actually are using it. So that was really, really nice. But we'll see. We'll see. What
So,
else did you get?
so on Sunday, on,
Uh-huh.
on Saturday night, people do not know, but after the festival, we went for a nice dinner, all of us, like many crochet designers and knitwear designers,
Hmm.
and it was the birthday of Paul, so we had a lot of fun. We had a very, very great connection, all of us, between us, and oh
It
God,
was.
I laughed so much. I Unbelievable. And after that, we went to a bar and we danced Spanish music, and everywhere and inside the bar, it was a lot of blue light.
Oh, that was so much fun, remember?
And your pullover, your sweater, had this amazing paint.
No.
That was lovely. So the next day, I was doing a live, and I'm going through some booths that people I like, and we have collaborations with. And I go to Shitita to say hi and talk with them a little bit in the live, and I see this.
Ooh, oh, that's gonna glow in the dark for sure.
And, oh, that's lovely. And he says, "It's the last one. Take it." And I took it. Julie said, "Oh, that's me. It's definitely you and she. Definitely. I'm not using more bright colors. I'm doing more lace. So I'm doing more like, I think. But I have some periods where my mind explodes and I want something crazy. So this is going to be."
Yeah, that's a great idea. And you can always mix it with something neutral, and so you don't look like that intense, you know? Like that's what I really liked about that pink, that it's like with that green tweed, it's like super nerdy tweed, and then you have this like intense punch of color, and it just looks normal. You know, you're like, oh, you look like a decent human being, not like a like a billboard, which I kind of want to be.
Then I got as a gift 2 scans of the Ultimate Sock, which is the last sock base Malabrigo released. I had done
Oh, okay.
last year. I had the spot for July to knit
Uh-huh.
socks, and I had used an amazing red color sock. It was like superwash merino, but
Okay.
then after that they released a new base which has some nylon inside, 25% nylon, and they gave me this and this to try.
Oh, that's really pretty. Malabrigo has really nice colors as well, doesn't it?
Yes, totally.
Yeah, I'm
And
a big fan as well.
yes, and the socks I had knitted I mean, they are kind of shiny. They don't have inside silk, but they have this
Mm.
light inside, and I love them.
Here's a question though. Do you ever wear hand knitted socks?
No.
I only have about, I think just one pair now because I lost the other ones I've made. And I never wear them because I'm too scared of like damaging them. So it's like I have them and I'm like they were so much work and I love them, and it's with like hand dyed yarn that I dyed myself. Like my husband got me this like set of like tiny little bits, and I dyed loads of yarn. I made him a pair of socks and I made myself a pair of socks. Well, he wore his out and they have massive holes that I need to fix now. So I don't want to do that with mine, but I don't wear them and it's so sad. What do you do?
The socks are supposed to be superwash, or they have the best is to have some nylon inside. All the
Mhm.
owl, they don't use any acrylic or similar. So they had released a new sock weight, a new weight that you can use also for sock, and inside they have rami, I think it's called. It's a plant,
Okay.
and it can substitute nylon.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's strong and it does not break. In case
Mm.
you use only yarn, wool, you have to do a reinforcement in the around on the heel and do like double.
Ah.
Okay. Like I was having the same conversation with Julie, and she said, and not only here, many designers have told me, and yarn dyers, at the moment you wear and you try a knitted a sock, you don't go back to normal socks again, never again. I haven't done that yet because I have published only needed only two designs, and I'm not going to use my designs to wear them and destroy them
all the time.
Yeah, and until now, to be honest, I haven't found any time to knit another one to use.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But when I wear them sometimes to feel them, it's an unbelievable feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I got the book Toe Up Socks because I used to make them with the afterthought heel, just like at the end you added. But then I got this toe up socks where you work from the toe
Yeah.
and upwards, so you can make them as long as you want, which is great. And you work like the gazette and everything on the heel. And I really, really like making socks. They're so much fun, but it is a lot of work. And like I said, if I don't wear them, it's just like it feels like it's not worth it. But maybe I just didn't use the right yarn now that I think about it. I think it was pure wool. But because I only had a little bit, I decided to make socks with it, which is very silly of me. Anyway, I will learn.
Mm,
Any other things you got?
there is like a small machine that I was thinking to buy for my daughter, where you can make like loop like the afterthought heel. You can make
Oh,
do it for me, and you can like you can buy by size, small, medium,
yeah.
large. So I was thinking, but then I say we're knitting pullovers, sweaters, shawls that are huge. Of course we can find some time to knit like a pair of socks for us. We should.
You say that, but we should. We
We,
should. You're right. You're right.
um, what else I got? Wait, I in the festival of Barcelona, I had bought a really lovely skein of mohair from
Okay.
Robledar de la Santa. Uh,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I mix the name. No, it's Robledar. It's two guys,
Uh-huh.
lovely guys, and they have their own goats and all the animals, and
Ooh.
they do it everything from the beginning. They have to think how to feed them, what to give them, like really like kids. So
Uh-huh.
I appreciate a lot their work because they
Uh-huh.
like it's very difficult and they are in a small village not very close to a city, so they are like in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah, and one of them is doing all the colors. So
Mm-hmm.
I had bought this thing, which is
Ooh.
you see like strands of silk in another color and some fluffy mohair around.
That's amazing.
Yes, and I was in love with it. So I grabbed it, I bought it, and in this festival I said, okay, what I'm going to do with that? I need something else. So I bought this.
Ooh. Oh, that's gonna be so pretty together. I'm excited to see that. What do you want to make with it? A shawl?
At the beginning I was thinking to make a shawl, and then I said maybe I buy two more and I do a pullover.
Ooh, nice. That's fun. What do you prefer to design? Clothing or like shawls and stuff like that?
Mm, it's much easier to create a shawl because it's one size and you have like three testers and that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
And it's much more difficult to I enjoy designing a sweater, but I am doing everything like size inclusive, so I do for all the sizes from extra small to 5 extra large. So sometimes it's a lot of work because I really want to test all the sizes and maybe
Mm.
persons per size. So
Mm-hmm.
you maybe have like 28 people to reply questions, and it's difficult.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
But to be honest, last year I had much more like a schedule. Every month I was releasing something and I was more organized. And this year I was waiting for the results of the submission call for Line. I was not inside, but I got inside to the live in the little grass.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm not having like a schedule, but I'm working on like it's like this. Like now I will do the bloom, and then I will suddenly have another idea. I will be releasing every month, but I don't
Yeah.
have some ideas yet. But I like it. I like this freedom.
I think it's great. I think you should enjoy it and you should definitely embrace it for sure. And you know what? The more patents that you have in your portfolio, like when new people find you, they have more options to buy from you as well. So
Yeah.
even if you're not like militant about putting things out there, you know, you'll grow in audience, and then, you know, you'll become more affluent in it. You know, you'll make more money.
Priority is also like the one for Life in Little Grass. I will do it. It will be for autumn, so I still have time.
Yeah.
And until then, I'm waiting to do something crazy with you.
Ooh, yes, I am excited. I need to email you about that. I will email you today, okay?
Yeah.
I had some thoughts.
Yeah. So guys, I have an idea for a shawl for spring, summer, which is lovely. And then when I met my beautiful girl here, I said, maybe you do the crochet version and I do the knitting version, and we have two styles in one. So
I think people are gonna like it. Yeah.
And it's mosaic. I mean, you are expert and you know it, and it's ready.
And it's so fun to make as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think your design is a great idea. Like the way it looks, it's very striking. The colors that you've chosen are very, very cool. So yeah, let's make it happen. I will email you today.
Yeah.
I will find time. You know, I can knit in my sleep. I can crochet in my sleep.
No. To be honest, I feel like when I sleep in the night, I feel my fingers like hurting. I do like.
Oh no!
Of course.
You know what? I got these gloves. I don't have them here with me. I don't wear them enough, but they're like compression gloves.
Oh.
So I'll put them on when my hands are really like hurting a lot, and I'll just wear them for an hour or so. And then when I take them off, it feels so good because they kind of constrict my circulation. They don't feel great when I have them on, but when I take them off, my hands feel so much better after. So you should definitely check them out. They're very cheap online, and they really help.
The problem is that I don't feel it the moment that I'm knitting. I feel
later. Yeah, no, I get it. I get this thing, which I don't know if it's like okay, but I wake up sometimes in the middle of the night and I have no sensitivity in my hands. Like they've fallen asleep. And it's not like I've been sleeping with my hands under myself, right? Like I'm just like sleeping normally. And I wake up and I can't feel my hands at all. Like I have to like wait a minute to be able to move them and to feel them again. And it's super freaky, and I don't think it's okay, but you know, it's part of the job, isn't it? I guess I do need to exercise more and like kind of move them and stretch like all the time. Yeah.
I had knitted a pullover of Andrea Mori before I started designing. I knitted it it was like 60 hours in 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I remember one day I was knitting for 7 hours non-stop.
That's amazing.
Well, maybe in the bathroom and I had a glass of water, but not really, because I did not have to take care of the kids or something. Yeah, but after that I was feeling a pain here. I ended up to emergency.
No.
Yes, the pain. I was feeling that the pain was the same strong like when you give birth and you have this C-section.
Oh my God.
It was for 4 days like this. The doctor I had at that moment was totally stupid, because he told me, do not move it, put something hot. But actually I needed something cold.
Yeah.
At the end, it took me, I had to do like cortisone injections. Yeah, it was a horror. And I could start knitting again after 8 months.
Oh my God, that's crazy. How much do you love that jumper, or how much do you hate it now?
Yeah.
Do you see it and you're like, you did this?
No. It reminds me of that time, but it's this thing that you learn from, and now when I knit, I stop.
You take a break.
I take a break. I knit. I go to do something, I don't know, maybe clean something, or just go for a walk. You cannot even, you don't have to sit the whole day and knit. I mean, it's not even good for the back.
Yeah.
So I just do stuff and I continue knitting, and then I stop and I do something else, and I stop it like this. And sometimes I do that the whole day. So maybe I also knit at 10 o'clock in the night watching TV, because I do many stops. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. I got myself a Fitbit, which I'm not wearing at the moment, but it has reminders to move every hour. Like I have to complete a certain amount of steps and it reminds me to move. But whenever I crochet or knit, it thinks I'm walking. So it's really funny because like some days I'll be like I'll be home all day. I won't leave my house and like maybe I'll walk the dogs for a little bit and they'll be like, "Oh, you completed 10,000 steps." And I'm like, "No, I did not." And I just sat crocheting and it thinks I'm walking, so it's like makes me feel good. But
I have
oh well.
for one day. No,
Sorry?
I have done enough exercise for one day. I walked.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. My Fitbit says so. So I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What else?
Anyway, but yeah.
What else did you get from the festival? Did you get anything else from?
No, nothing. I got a really, really lovely bag from Ceci from the Club de Tejido. She gave us the guests some treats. So obviously, oops, sorry. Bao contributed to the package with these little skeins of this is Pinta, which is merino and silk, and it is so lovely, so shiny. And I was helping Ceci get the bags together, and when I saw this pink, I was like, "Yep, that one's mine."
Yes. Yes.
And it's funny because we were passing them around, and then I had a pink one. I could peek in it, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pink one. I'm keeping it." And then Elisa grabbed it and just passed it to the next person, and I was like, "No." So then at the end, I was like, "Ceci, do you have another one? Can I change it?" But I really like this pink.
I think there were not many pigs because I were with him when we were putting everything out from the boxes at the beginning. Well, it was crazy. I don't know if you know, but the boxes arrived like at 6 o'clock the last day. We were kind of
I know.
boxes with the yarn. They won't arrive, so there won't be any festival for us.
I know.
Paul, it's really like, well, we cannot do anything about it. We can go for a walk. And
Yes, we'll just have a holiday in Madrid.
no, I was like, no,
Good.
no, I want to be here. Well, we have your shawl. We will put it in 2 tables.
Yeah. People can buy air patents. Oh no. So Ceci prepped these baggies and they're so sweet. Like it's got lots of stuff. So it's got lots of buttons
Ah,
and these little stitch markers too.
I did not take any of them.
Oh, did you not get one of these? And like little coconut buttons. Sorry, it's very sunny where I am.
Nice.
And then her little card. So for the people that are watching this, you should definitely check out Ceci because she has such a good system.
Yes.
And these little rulers from Pau as well, which are so handy. I love them. Yeah. I only have one of these, the square one, because I always just use regular measuring tapes to measure my gauge, and I can never find them. Like I literally have, I don't know, maybe like 6 measuring tapes just around the house and one of these rulers, and I can never find them. So these are super handy because
Yes.
I always need them, right?
Yes.
But yeah, that's literally the only thing I brought, just gifts and the yarn from Pau. Like I had to walk away with nothing. I also didn't have any space in my bag at all. Like I had to I had to give Elisa some yarn that I took for my workshop because there was no space in my bag. I was like, I literally cannot carry anything else. And I was carrying so much on my purse that my back was so sore the next day from just walking sideways because it's like a purse, you know? Oh my God, like the whole side of my body, my hip and everything. I was like, what's wrong with me? I'm old. Yeah, it was bad.
No, but it's normal that we are tired because there was like more than 3,000 people on Saturday, around the same amount on Sunday, and more than 2,000 on Friday.
It was crazy. It was really, really crazy. I mean, I feel like I had no idea what this festival was gonna be like. And now that we've done it once, I want to go every year. Like, I think it's gonna be huge, and people who are from other countries need to come and go to the festival because it's gonna be so much bigger and just better every year, I think.
Yes.
And yeah, so next year we'll go to New York in January, and then we'll go to Madrid in February, and then what? Portugal in March. Where else?
End of March is also a big festival in Cologne here. 2 hours from here, so you have to come, and I
know.
can, and we can go.
Don't even tell me because we keep looking at where to go on holiday, and we were supposed to go to Spain in March because we used to live in Valencia, and we wanted to go back for Fallas, this huge festival, and it is so booked, like like so booked everywhere, and the flights are incredibly expensive, so we're not going now. But now it's like, well, I kind of want to go on a holiday in March now. So,
Sure. Come here.
yeah.
Going to be not the same kind of festival. It's festival like where Pasquale, for example, presents his yarn to others to shops.
Okay.
It's not for
Nice.
testers and knitters, and but there are going to be many designers, and we will have the opportunity to meet more yarn dyers.
Okay. All right.
And I can
I might just go.
a Greek restaurant where we can eat together some feta.
Oh, yes, please. You know me, my little calamata. All right. Well, I really gotta go because I have to get some stuff done. But it was so nice talking to you, Marina. Can we do this again soon?
Or we can definitely do it again, and we will invite Julie and Molla as well. And Ceci
Sounds good.
too.
I'm sure she would.
Sure.
All right, love. I'll post this on my feed, and feel free to post it on yours too. And that way people can rewatch and ask questions or whatever.
I want to do it as soon as possible. Please, all of you, I miss you. It was so lovely.
I know, me too. Bye, love. Have a good day.
Bye, you too. Bye.
Bye bye.